Hello, this is Dana with the Freedom Please channel and essenceofme.com. I'm coming on today because I am going to do a works in progress video. I just recorded, so y'all gonna see the same get up. I just recorded a new project that I'm working on, so I'm not gonna talk about that here. So make sure you go over and check out the Cole's River crochet along video that should be up by the time this video is up. I'm throwing that one in. I have no idea when these videos are going to come up, but with all that said, I mentioned in that video, which is why I'm talking about it now, that I wanted to start doing some things on my channel that just brought back in my crocheting and my knitting, because for me, it takes me longer to finish my knit projects. And so you're going to get some updates, and these may not be weekly updates. I'm almost certain it won't be weekly updates, but it will be more like once a month, so that even if I don't finish, you do get a progress update. And then I will also show anything that I've completed in that month's time. And so if you're interested in seeing what I got over my shoulder, it's what I'm working on. And I think I got a couple of things that I finished in there. Maybe two things I think that I finished. Well, then stick around. If not, I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to thumbs the video up. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you're working on, even if you can't like hang with your girl for a second. So for everyone else that is sticking around, then blah, 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 blah. Meet me after the intro. I'll see you in a bit. Here we go. So I'm like, where do I start? I wanted to do something for my crocheters and my knitters. One of the things that I don't mention a lot, because it is ongoing, is that I am always doing something with yarn. Probably, in reality, more than I do quilting. It's just quilting, I feel like you can see visibly the progress easier because you cut these pieces, and as you assemble these units and these blocks, you can see visible progress. And I feel like when it comes to knitting and when it comes to crocheting, sometimes it's hard to see the progress, especially to the outside eye. And even sometimes, when you're actually doing it, if you don't see the progression, maybe that you worked on the pattern, or you see the yarn dwindling away. And so it kind of, I guess, made it for me that I then didn't really do updates on some of those projects. And then there were times that I finished it and I was done and I shipped it out because I'd been working on it for a while and it needed to get to its recipient. And so that's another reason why. And so I think that because of getting the hang of how I did these past couple of videos for the crafters vlog style, I think it's going to give me permission to show you guys a lot more in between. Just know that it may be this type of quality. It may be on my phone, and that is another one of those that's grace I had to extend to myself, of just saying, you know what, get it done. It doesn't mean I'm just throwing stuff together, right? But it's just so that it's fun. And I hope that along the way that I'm giving tips and tricks, and it's informative as well as being entertaining. And I hope that you do like we always do. You grab your coffee, your tea, you sit back, you grab your project, and then you just work and listen, and then win-win, right? So I'm going to show you what I have in the basket. My goal at a minimum is to do these once a month. But I'm going to try my best not to let it go beyond a month. I'm not promising anything because that would just be foolish of me, because I don't always know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I do believe that it is something that I can do. So let's get into this basket. I have crochet, I have knit, and this is a basket that I showed you all years ago that a student in one of my classes gave me. It's a handmade basket, and this is how I transport my projects around the house. And so a lot of them do have other bags that they stay in permanently, but to get it up here today, this is what we're working with. The first project is my celestial, and I may be saying that a little bit wrong, but I've been working on this for years, literally. And it's because there's some months where I work on it a lot, and other months when I don't. It's in a bag, and it's not portable because you have to use charts, and I'm adding beads. So I'll show you the beads. This yarn was yarn that I received in a yarn box years ago, and it's by Neighborhood Fiber Company, and there's two skeins I think it was probably hanks, but that I made 2 hanks of yarn that were used for this. And so this is all that I have left, this corner of yarn, and here's the progress, which is hard to see because of the size of it. I can't wait till it's done. And I'll show you the chart after I show you the beads. And here are the beads. They're glass beads with silver lining. I think that's what they were called. And it's not on the bottle. No. Oh, silver lined beads. And here's the chart. And where I am now is, I'm right here. And this is all that I have left before I get to the edging. And according to the calculation that was done by someone else, I'm almost at the 70% mark. I have 20 rows left before I get to the edging. And yeah, this is, to me, it's not very portable. And so there's times when I'll work on it, and there's other times that I don't. And it's been just a labor of love for the past probably 4 years, maybe longer, maybe 5. It's probably been about 5. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. So this is one of the ones that I really want to get done by the end of, before winter, because I want to be able to wear it. So we'll see. But I'm not going to rush it, because when it's done, and it's going to be beautiful. So let me know in the comments, how many of you have projects that you've been working on for longer than a year? The other project that I'm working on is this, and it is a turban. This is one of the projects that I actively work on. I probably do a row to 4 rows daily. And here it is. I'm sorry. I usually don't stop in the middle of a row, but I did this morning. So here it is. Now this one I'm kind of on the fence about because of the yarn, not because of the pattern. I bought the yarn, and I showed this actually even in my intro. It's this Vice yarn that's hand dyed by a woman that's in the Houston area, and I bought it for this. But these are the colors that were hidden on the inside, and it was like this murky, ugly color, but the brighter it gets, the more I like it. And so I'm honestly hoping that I can finish it before I get to the pretty, and then have enough to do another one, but I don't think it's going to be enough, so we'll see. But here it is. This is another one that's not portable, but I leave it like in my room, and I do it at night. Like I do a little bit at night, and I do a little bit in the morning. And so and this is one of those projects that I said I would never do when I started knitting, because it started off on size 2s, and then it moved to size 4 needles. So this is a doozy. But here is that one. This is my portable project that I do take with me, like to meetings and just places where I can just sit if I'm waiting. And that's because it doesn't require a pattern. It is the quarterback sweater dress. And right now this is just one panel. And you just knit it until you get to a certain length. And it's just stockinette stitch. So here it is. This is with Barocco Comfort, and it's pretty. It looks blue in the monitor, but it's purple. So yeah, I'm working on this, and it's about 13.5 to 14 inches, and I don't know I think I got to go to like 24. Let me see. And I measured it in the other recording that had an issue, so that I would be able to hopefully make a comparison. So let me go to that pattern. And this was, I'm using my iPad the way that I showed you all in the blog for the quilt along video 1, I believe. And so I need to, oh, I told a lie. I thought it was by the length, but it's by the rows. I need to work 158 rows. And what I'm going to do is just work those. I'll probably count like a little bit longer, but I know since I'm making a sweater, I'll count it. And just kind of what I would do is I would count it and do it by 10 increments of 20 and put like a little safety pin or a little stitch marker all the way up the side. So I'll be able to go 20, 40, 60, 80. So for now, I'm just doing this. And what I may do is while I'm watching TV, maybe start counting them a little bit and put the stitch markers. And I have these and plus more that I can use to count. But for now, I probably would just leave it and use safety pins because that'll make it allow me to still keep it portable and keep a couple of safety pins with me. So every time I hit 20, I can add one on there. So I may start doing that now that I know, because I thought I was thinking it was going to be like the boxy, where it was like you go 16 inches and then you start doing something else. So we'll see. I mean, it could turn into the boxy. I don't know, but I wanted to do it with the Barocco. The next projects that I have in this basket, and I can't remember if I said it already, this is a basket that was given to me by a student in one of my summer classes from Mom's Summer Camp. And so this is what I use to move my projects around the house, especially the big ones where I'm changing yarns a lot, because it can just sit in the bottom and I can toss things on top. So one of the other things that I worked on, and this one is finished, is this hat. Years ago, I made a hat, and I just made it while I was watching TV. It's crocheted, and then my sister came and visited, and she needed it, and she took the hat with her. So that was a while ago. And the both of us go to Mom's Summer Camp together, and so she had the hat with her, and I decided that I was going to try to make a pattern from it because I used to love that hat. And this is what I came up with, even though I did some additional stitches just trying to make it a little bit bigger because I wanted it slouchy. It was too big for her. I don't know why this thing is freezing. Hopefully the recording doesn't freeze, and it's hard to see. But I wanted to grow into it, and I need to make some other adjustments for her. Oh, me and this like struggle bun. And I don't know why I'm putting this on, because I have a head wrap in here that I'm going to show you. But so here it is. And at the bottom of this basket, I have this skein of yarn and a couple of others that were just leftovers that I use when I'm testing a pattern or testing a stitch. And I just throw it at the bottom. So that's why it's this red, because I wouldn't wear that red, but the other project that I have is this, and technically it's done, but I just need to finish it off. And this is for a head wrap. This was from using leftover yarn that I had from when I made the crochet cardigan. And I believe, I'm not certain whether I showed you all the cardigan because I needed to ship it out, but I'm going to insert some pictures here. So here are some pictures of that cardigan. I used some of the remnants from that to make this because, again, I was testing a pattern and I was testing it for a head wrap. The base of this head wrap came from, it was a Soul Child head wrap that I made years ago. At the time, I made one and I liked it, and then I made adjustments to it, and then I ended up having a summer version and a winter version, and eventually I ended up giving it to people. I mean, even a friend of mine wore it like on a TV show, which I was like, oh, that was cool. And so I made adjustments to it, and I wanted to make more of them like this version. And so I'm going to show you it. But this is the summer version. And then this is the winter version. See the difference, like the density? So I need to finish this one off, like do the adjustments. And so I'm going to show you, this is what this head wrap looks, how it looks when you wear it to the front. And normally I would go a little bit slower if I was in the mirror. So this is just going to be me throwing this together in the viewfinder. Or in my screen. And this is loose. But here's to the front. And it feels so light and airy. That's why I like it. This is with Red Heart yarns. This is some of the same yarn that I have in this. It's one of my favorite Red Heart yarns because it has my favorite colors in it. The side. Back to the front. Now you can also wear this head wrap to the back, which is my favorite way to wear it. And let me change my hair. So I want to make probably about 4 or 5 of these in different colors. I also want to try and see, because every time that I've made it with Red Heart yarn, and it gives you a certain feel and texture to it. So this one, another part of the testing was that I was using impeccable yarn, and then another test I want to do with the Barocco Comfort. Here we go. This can be to the front or pushed back, but this is where I like to wear it, this particular one. And I'm not looking up because I need to feel around. And it can be done tighter, but this one I like to be really full and big. You can actually just put on some earrings, like big hoop earrings. Okay, this is a fast one, but perfect for a bad hair day. So here's the front, here is the side, and here's the back. It's not too tight, it doesn't hurt, there's no headaches. You know, it's pulling on my earring right now. Every time I do this, I lose my earring. So here's the head wrap. So this will eventually turn into this, but a little bit different, of course, because it's a little bit fuller. So the winter one, you won't be able to see through as much. But this is why it's good for the summer, because your head won't get too hot. But in the winter, you want it to be filled in so it's warmer on your head. And mainly it's because since I've started my locks and my hair is shorter, in the winter time, I always like to, I used to do braids and all of that just to keep my hair covered and to help me with just staying warm. And so I wanted to make some head wraps and some more hats to wear this winter since my hair is still growing out. And so that is all that I have. Inside this basket, I do have the other yarns that I'm using to test this head wrap. And I have a little bit more of the Red Heart to do this hat again to make sure that I have the final pattern that I want to have for this before I make a couple more, because my sister requested a few more colors. And so that is it. So as I stated, I believe at the beginning, I'm going to try my best to do these at least once a month so that you will see updates, even if they're small. And I will also bring back any completed projects that I have over the course of the month or that time span. And this will be focused primarily on crochet and knit. So I am out. I hope that you have enjoyed this. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, place them in the comment section below and I will answer as best as I can. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please share with your crafting friends, and don't forget to subscribe and push the little bell so you'll know when I add new videos. I'm out of here because girl is tired. I will see you all hopefully sooner than later. Take care and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.